Welcome back, everybody. This is the fall code meeting. All of you are here because it's the first Chi-Hi competitive activity. We are very excited to be able to offer some things that your sons and daughters are excited to partake in here at the Chippewa Falls High School. We have very many offerings, and of course, every student has a chance to find something that they're passionate about. Our purpose for this meeting is for you to understand our competitive activities and also understand our code as it pertains to grades here as a student athlete and behaviors here as a student athlete at the Chippewa Falls High School. Our Booster Club president, Mr. Steve Gibbs, will be here to present a few details, a couple things that I would like to make sure you understand. The meetings are the second Wednesday of each month at 6:30 p.m. at the high school in our library. We ask that you please get involved in our meetings and please get involved in our Booster Club as an excellent booster club that provides many pieces of equipment and, of course, dollars to be able to support our student athletes. So your student athletes only have to pay $20 per activity to participate on our teams. The concession schedule will come out and the raffle ticket sales will come out through your parent reps at the Booster Club level. We also have our excellent athletic trainer, Michaela. She does a very good job working with students, families, teachers, and other clinics to be able to get your sons and daughters back to healthy and playing. She'll get you information for the impact testing with your teams tonight at their meetings. And the office hours for her are 3:30 p.m. to 6 o'clock p.m. after school each day. And unless, of course, she's at an event and that she has to have the coverage of those games. Students are required to have an email pass from the athletic department in order to go to the training room at 3:30 p.m. each day. If they don't have a pass, they can wait till the end of the day at 3:50 p.m. to get excused to go to Michaela. Please email Mr. Thompson or Mrs. Nichols for that pass during the year. We do have excellent strength and conditioning here at Chippewa Falls High School. Derek Nettie and Becky Nettie do a great job running our programs, scheduling our programs, meeting with our student athletes, and of course, educating them on how to be the best version of themselves. You can see some information on this slide that'll take you to our information and our posts. They are always around and a great resource for your sons and daughters to be able to be the best versions of themselves. Each season, our activities department coaches and myself get together and talk about upcoming things, new things, but also over time, these are the things that have stuck, and these are the things that we talk about that become our core values. As you can see, we always want to keep kids first and make it about their experience and give them the opportunity to flourish. We talk about the importance of communication and organization, the safety, and of course for the culture, which means we're doing things that are more important than just oneself. We're doing things for our community and we're competing for our community. As you can see, our competitive activities code has goals, and the goals center around developing leadership skills, understanding the level of commitment necessary to be a student athlete here, and of course, accepting people and respecting people and getting a pride for your community. The academic side of our activities code is the first portion of that. As you can see, fall activities go back to the fourth quarter grades from the previous school year. If there are any failure grades on the report card, that would impact a student's eligibility as they go into the fall season. Ninth graders, as you come in to our school, you have a blank slate. We do not check eighth grade grades coming into the high school. Your first grade reporting procedure would be after the 9 weeks, after the first quarter. As you can see, winter does a grade checks at first quarter grades and second quarter grades, and spring does third quarter grades and fourth quarter grades. Should a student fail a class, you can see here, an F grade would result in 10% of the maximum number of games scheduled, rounded up, if it's a fraction. 2 or more F grades in a grading period would result in being ineligible to compete for 15 school days and nights. Students still can practice during this time. It's important for them to stay connected. Uh, all classes at the high school are considered semester grades since one quarter is considered 9 weeks and it is block scheduling. That's important to understand that each 9 weeks is considered a semester grade at a grade reporting period. The behavioral side code of conduct is the part where it discusses more of the behaviors and the expectations of student athletes. As you can see here, students should not have any possession or pictures of possession or any amount of alcoholic beverages or illegal substances, and so on and so forth. Also, students must not be present at parties where illegal consumption of any of these things are taking place. If a student is at a party and they don't immediately leave that party, that would be also considered a code violation. And you can see the last part, which is not a complete list, which is please refrain from these particular behaviors. Any code of conduct violations you can see here. First violation would be a suspension of activity for the first or next 10% of the total number of competitions, plus 20 hours of community service. The second violation, should a student have a second violation, would be the 50% of the total number of competitions with 20 hours of community service. And a third violation would be a suspension from all competitive activities for 1 calendar year. Please note that any violation that's considered severe and criminal in nature, Chippewa Falls Area Unified School District Administration has the right to discontinue participation in competitive activities. Our communication from our activities department is vital. Please remind your students to check your school email. I know each student gets issued a school email, and there are important announcements that come out quite frequently with the student's school email. So please be able to check that as frequent as possible. You can see the picture of the activities scheduler app that connects right to our system that does all the scheduling. And if you have any questions about bus departure times or game times or game locations or any changes, should we have any cancellations or postponements, that activities scheduler app allows you to see those in real time. We also have a new app that bought out Remind. It's called Parent Square. You should be getting more information about that from the school district and or your team. That is one of the most important pieces going into this year, is that Parent Square should be our main hub of communication with families regarding any updates or team announcements for each team. Also, many teams do have a parent rep that either run Parent Square or will run emails. So please connect with your team to make sure you know who the parent rep is that will be able to send out communication pieces throughout the year. Ticketing for Chippewa Falls High School, there's a couple different options. If you're in person, we do still accept cash or card at our home events. There is an online ticket option through GoFan. There are some events that use GoFan only. A lot of the schools that we play against do have GoFan and only use cashless, so you'd need a card or a GoFan ticket. I believe there's a GoFan app that you can use that's very user-friendly. If you wanted to get that as an option, it's an easy entry into events. And then our all-year pass is also found online for GoFan. That can be a family pass for the people that live in your household. If you come to a lot of high school events here at Chippewa Falls, you can use that option to save a little bit of money over the course of the year. GoFan and the in-person ticketing is also just for Chippewa Falls High School. GoFan may be one of the devices to get into other schools, but the other schools should be able to send that information out when we get there. An important piece that we talk about as coaches, and hopefully you talk about as families, is supporting your son or daughter as they are going through their seasons and their high school careers. It's important to have that discussion with them. We would love an open line of communication with families and students to discuss topics in a respectful manner. If there's questions that your son or daughter has, we urge your son or daughter to go to the coaches and talk to the coaches about things That way we can take care of those and make sure that they're having the best experience possible. Coaches and students do learn a lot from these crucial conversations. And parents, you play such a large supportive role in your sons and daughters' experience. And we want to make sure we understand each side and make sure we can come together to give your son and daughter an awesome experience here. As you can see, we have our fall teams. Some of the dates are set by the WIAA. If it says to be determined on yours, of course, that's your coach's discretion when those will start. And please see your coach for any questions on that. Otherwise, you can see as we get into August, we start ramping up each week. And each week we have some people, some teams starting up. And by August 18th, everybody's going. And we're looking forward to all of that for this upcoming season. Of course, we want to wish you a good luck and make sure that you have everything you understand or everything you need and understand everything you need from registration to your paperwork to fees. All of those things can be found on our activities code, or our activities website here at Chi-Hi. And if you have any questions, of course, you can email Mike Thompson or Kelly Nichols, and we'll take care of those questions for you. And we want to make sure as soon as the season starts, we are ready to go for your sons and daughters to be able to compete, have fun, and take some community pride to be able to play for their school. At this time, you can see all of the rooms that each team is going to be meeting at, and the coaches should be ready to go for you to be able to get this season off and going. Thank you again for coming out to our activities code meeting. At this time, we ask you to depart to your rooms, areas, and good luck, and thank you.